When I was doing all the self-defense, Kyle Rittenhouse, Kenosha uh, content or whatnot, I came across this clip from Kyle Rittenhouse, just from about 11 months ago or whatnot, approximately. At least that's what it says whenever this is published on YouTube. But you know, Rittenhouse is talking about how he's writing his own book because he wants to tell people his side of the story. He feels like it was misrepresented by the media and people in courts and all that stuff. Piers Morgan, he's being Piers Morgan. He asked him a few questions. One of the questions that really got to me is Piers Morgan saying, "How does it feel knowing that you shot and killed two people?" And Kyle Rittenhouse, here's the explanation. He says, "Well, how I feel about it, I did not want that to happen." He's like, "I deal with it every single day." And he's talking about, I deal with the PTSD and whatnot. I have a hard time in nightmares sleeping and everything along that line. And then Piers Morgan goes, "Yeah, but how does it feel, the fact that you've, shot and killed two men?" And Rittenhouse, again, same explanation. And I'm thinking in my head here, people are so like, just with the violence and killings and things like that. I mean, for starters, one thing that this comes to mind for me: if you've killed somebody, do you really want to talk about it on TV? Now, he's writing a book, he's doing his side of the story, so he's going to be criticized publicly regardless. But obviously he's already been judged quite a bit. I mean, there's no beating around the bush on that one. But one thing I take into consideration, I think, though, this is strictly my opinion. I don't understand how somebody who's never killed somebody wants somebody who has killed somebody to explain how it feels like to kill somebody, because I don't believe there's any possible way somebody could describe it to somebody who's never done it before and have it make sense and know that feeling. That's straight up opinion here. I think it's pretty much out of line asking over and over like that. I mean, granted, that's Piers Morgan's job. That's what he does. But, the answer, as far as I'm concerned, the answer the first time was more than plenty to describe, like, hey, obviously I'm not cool with this shit. It doesn't feel good. It sucks. Nobody wants to kill anybody. But, it just, media loves to just keep it going and going. And like, he was hoping for a reaction out of Kyle. Kyle, conducted himself in a pretty good manner for that. And, I thought it made Piers Morgan look like a jackass. You know what I want to know, by my opinion? You ask someone. I know, exactly, Sonny. I mean, it's... People love, like, talking about murders and, whether it be a mob genre or whether it be, combat or whatever. People love to hear about the blood, guts, and violence, man. I mean, here, a prime example of it, and I don't care, to me, everybody, the mob or the mafia, whatever, they're all bad guys, in my opinion. I don't glorify them or anything along that line. You've got, I don't know, if anybody's ever watched Michael Francis, which I know a lot of people know who he is, he's a pretty big figure nowadays. That dude gets asked, I can't remember how, almost every single interview that he's done is, "Oh, and have you ever killed anybody?" Or, that's always the question they ask. Well, for starters, anybody that's done any research on the person that they're interviewing is going to know damn well, let's see, he did cooperate, or like, he did flip, or whatever the case may be. Murder has no statutes of limitations. So if somebody's on here talking about somebody they murdered, which, for instance, unless they're granted some sort of deal or whatnot to go into detail about this murder and stuff, that it's on record, they can get arrested. I mean, look at that dude that killed Tupac. Didn't he flat out say some pretty dumb shit and ended up finally getting indicted and arrested or whatever for it? I mean, the fascination about murder is just ridiculous. It just blows my mind. But I don't know, that's Piers Morgan. There's the controversy. What he does, but Kyle, conducted himself in a respectful way, and I think other than that, though, that's kind of my rant for the evening, guys. Hey, Jess, to Piers' defense, I'm not fond of him, but when you're asked for an interview and accept, you have to expect you're going to be asked. Exactly. Well, if you're going to write a book about it, I mean, you have to be prepared to, but it's not so much the asking aspect of it, it's so much as he explained it pretty clear right there to you the first time you asked. I mean, it's not like it's going to be able to change. It's something that kid, 17 years old, he's got to live with the entirety of the rest of his life. And it's rough. PTSD sucks royally. But, it's just like, but if you're going to cash in on it, you got to be ready for it. I mean, that's just how it goes. But I don't know. That's just the thoughts on that matter. Other than that, though, the interview wasn't too bad. I have no desire to buy Kyle Rittenhouse's book. I don't think, I mean, yeah, Jess, that's the only reason why I was like ranting. I just thought, it's like, you guys recall Elizabeth Smart, that gal that was in Utah back in 2002, kidnapped or whatever, and then she turned up, in 2003 or something like that. She was on Nancy Grace talking about some other project to help people out who are survivors of, SA and things like that. And Nancy Grace just kept asking her over and over and over, what was it like being kidnapped? Did this guy R-word you? Blah, blah, blah. And Elizabeth Smart's over there like, hey, we're on this show because we're going to talk about this foundation. I'm not on here to talk about what happened to me. And it's just that type of mentality. But, people love the drama and carnage hardcore. I mean, they thrive on it. We all know that. But, sometimes I just think, it's great they ask the hard questions, because people do want to know. A lot of this stuff is entertaining. A lot of it, though, it's good when the facts are actually out there for people. But holy shit, 43 people in this chat. Somebody buying me bots. But that's kind of my take on that. Aside from the rest of it, Second Amendment, defend yourself all day. It doesn't matter. But anyways, like with the elections and things like that, I thought I'd give you guys a break, not talking about any of that stuff because it's been nonstop everywhere for the last, I don't know, 7 months. But that's kind of like my whole thoughts on that matter. Other than that, dudes, project-wise, I've got more pistol stuff coming out, technique, couple things get done filming for you guys and whatnot. And then after that, I'm still trying to figure out which gunfather I should do or which outlaw or anything like that. But, that's kind of the case here. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to hop off. Told the wife I wouldn't stay on for very long anyways. You guys all enjoy your evening. Hopefully everybody's safe, healthy, and happy. Thanks for dropping in, Jess, Sunny Money. You guys can check out their shows. They both have their own channels on here with all sorts of fun and different content. Let's see here. So, and you guys are always welcome to plug your link to your channels on my chat. So take it easy, guys, and hit the like button if you guys can.